right, when you go to eBay, if you type in Mitsubishi and whichever model you got, I paid like $85 for it. This is the seller. Service on your main board. So you send in the board, not the whole thing. So these is the models he fixed, or they fixed. And my problem was HDMI not working. And the turnaround was really that fast. You get a 30-day warranty. Valley TV service. Alright, on this model, all the screws got an arrow by them. So just unplug all your cables. Unplug the power from the wall. You can use a Phillips screwdriver or a drill. Either or, don't really matter. But you got all these black screws that got to come out. So I took all the screws out. It's probably about 10 or 15. I didn't count them. But it's a lot, but it is an arrow by each one. They're pretty easy to come out. So this whole board or metal thing has to come off. Then this black cover that covers the lamp bulb, you got to get those screws out too. And then it screws behind that. So you got a couple screws behind there also. So once that cover comes off, you got a couple more screws on this whole, well, it's really just one right there on this whole power supply thing that got to come out. So it's in there kind of tight, but you can get it out. It's not too hard, but just make sure you don't rip no wires, because some of the metal edges is not really sharp, but semi-sharp. You have to take the screws out of the HDMI ports too. So each HDMI port got a screw in it. So it's 4 of those in there. Then you got a screw where the RCA wires is at. You got 2 screws with an RCA wire. Those, you really didn't have to take that one out, but I took this one out anyway. But I noticed at the end that I didn't really need to take that one out, but I took it out anyway. I just wanted to make sure, so I took out the screws with the RCA. Then the antenna, you got to use some pliers to get that off. It's like a little nut on there. So yeah, pliers will take that straight off. There's that little ring. So then you can slide it out. It's kind of tight because all the plugs is plugged in. So these plugs come out. These plugs come out real easy. You just push the tab, they come out. Pretty much just take your time and pull each one out without breaking anything on any of the circuit boards. So that's the board that you need out at the bottom, and that's also screwed in, like 5 screws in there, Phillips screws, and those are the cables that all those tabs have to come out. They got these tabs holding the wires. So you got all those plugs got to come out. I pulled that so I could get more room. I didn't want to be snagging on it. I didn't want to rip nothing. Everything is kind of tight, so you just take your time and get each one of these tabs out. Okay, I got all the tabs out, got the screws out of it. You're leaving that part, and the part that you're shipping out is this part. So what I did is I bubble wrapped mine real good and shipped it out. Paid for it first, got the address, shipped it out. Alright, so I'm about to get ready to install this and put it back together real quick. Alright, so I'm going to just plug this back in to see if it works. Like I said, I sent it out, picked the place on eBay, spent about, I want to say about $85, just say about $100 shipping it, got it back. No communication. I didn't get any messages. I'm going to have to check my eBay. If I do, I upload that in this video. But I'm going to just plug all these things back in real quick and not screw nothing down. Just see if I can get a picture, because if this main board is not what was fixed, ain't no purpose of me hooking all this stuff back up. So I'm going to do that real quick and then test it out. Wires plugged back in. And like I said, I didn't want to bolt it all up, because I want to make sure it works. If it doesn't work, ain't no purpose of even finishing this. So all I need to do is get access to one HDMI cord. And I'll just run my cable through there. One HDMI cord. And I'm going to plug it into the first one. And plug it up to the PlayStation or something, just see if I can get a picture. Got the HDMI cord plugged up for the PlayStation, and you will have to close this. I think this will stop it from powering up. So I'm gonna try to sit this on and see if I can get it to power up without putting every last screw back in. But I think that should be good enough. Plug the TV up. Okay, I plugged the TV up, heard a little click. Alright, we good. We good to go. Okay, as soon as this load up, I want to see if I got any sound. We wasn't getting this at first anyway, so that's a good sign. Just want to make sure I'm getting sound also. Alright, so everything good. The sound working. So now I'm going to go back there and screw everything in. Since we know it's working now, I'm going to take this back out. I already got it unplugged. And I'll put all the screws back in. So it's a lot of screws to put back in. So I'm not going to do that on camera. It's just reverse. See your motivation, I see your movement is in the back, and I fucking love that shit. Let's get it.